Hello, everybody. Welcome to another interesting episode of the MI podcast. The MI podcast is a podcast for marketing and media professionals. So, if you are a marketing media professional, please subscribe to our channel Modern Intelligence on YouTube. And the MI podcast is available on all the major podcast networks. So, whether you're a professional or you're interested in these topics, it'll be great. You can join us and support us on our channels. Today, we'll be discussing about PR, how, if you see, the evolution of PR is happened in the from the digital age now to the AI age, and how the impact is there. Majorly we'll be looking at celebrities and known figures, and their public perception, and how agencies basically are managing in the we can call it the AI age, because it's kind of heavy. AI can be cloned, you can have different voices, and how do you kind of protect your rights, and in terms of, you in the case you get your right due in this age as a celebrity. So to discuss the same, I have a very experienced PR professional with me. I'll just bring her on.
Hello.
Hi Sheetal, how are you?
I'm fine, Nikhil. How are you?
All I'm doing well. So where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Mumbai, and Mumbai, I live in Ghatkopar.
That's right. And Sheetal, basically bringing you on for this episode. We have highly experienced PR professions. You've been a journalist, and then you've worked in a lot of PR agencies. So a little bit about yourself to the audience. So if you could just take us through, where you're born and brought up, your education, and then all your work background.
Sure, sure, definitely. So, my journey started from Nagpur. I am basically from Nagpur. That's my native, and I have my father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker. So I studied. I did my graduation from Nagpur, and then for post graduation, I came to Pune. I completed my media management from ISBN Pune, and then for job, I shifted to Mumbai, and it's been a good 19 years that
So during your education,
Mhm.
you were like you wanted to be a journalist. That was clear.
Yes, from 10th standard, in fact, I was very clear that I wanted to become a journalist. In fact, when I did my graduation, my subjects were also supporting. I have
That's right.
studied political science, sociology, and English. All the three subjects was.
So then, about your decision, like what influenced your decision at that young age to, yeah, I want to become a journalist?
So I was always in writing. I write poetries, and I was very young when I was in grade five when my first poetry got published in the regional newspaper there called Tarun Bharat. So seeing my poetry and then my name at that young age, I got very excited, and that's how I started reading the newspapers. Right at that early age, usually we don't. And my father has played a very big role in this because he doesn't speak much, but he's highly involved in politics, and so I started reading newspaper, and I realized that, oh, I have topics to talk to him. If you know a lot about
Hmm.
politics, I was able to crack conversations with him, and it was a great thing for me. And that's how I developed the entire liking towards news and journalism. And then I realized, okay, fine, I started learning, okay, this is a profession. Then in Tarun Bharat, there is this section called Yuva Manch. So lots of young kids are part of it, and they get opportunity to work closely with the senior journalist just to understand how the news media work and all. So till I finished my graduation, I worked with various newspapers. I worked with again in the same, young army kind of a section. Lokmat has that, Tarun Bharat has that. So I did for them. I used to even work for the local news channel in there. So the whole idea of becoming a journalist was very clear. Then someone suggested me that take a professional education in this. Now that you're done with your graduation, it's better that you go and go to Pune, take a proper professional education about it. So I did this 2 years course, in which then I did internship with Z News also. So that's how then I got shifted to electronic media. My keen interest was always ideally print media, but because my internship was in electronic media, so I got introduced to another world then. that okay, journalism can be, because it works a bit differently, in electronic media and in print media. The operations are very different, the pace is very different. Then I continued my career in electronic media only. I worked with various channels. I worked with Times Now, I worked with Bloomberg, TV9. And then in 2012, I shifted to
Your, like, say, experience with the news channels, it was in what capacity, like, were you working there?
So in TV9, because it was a general news channel, I used to work there as a business reporter, where I got an
Hmm.
opportunity to cover all the major business events like RBI credit policy, budget, any quarterly results, any bigger announcements. So I have covered all the, in 2008, there was this P-notes announcement, because of which markets had crashed badly. And this was a recession period also. So any such events, if finance minister is in town, would, in those days finance minister used to visit Mumbai, every quarter with very decided agendas. So we used to get a chance to get couple of questions from them. I've interviewed RBI governor, because when credit policy gets announced, journalists get a chance to have a one-to-one with RBI governor. So all those things, markets, insurance, banking, all these sectors were the ones which I covered. In Bloomberg, I was associate director, where I worked more on the input desk, where we would decide that okay, what kind of news will go, who will the one who will cover the news, what kind of stories should go on air. And the same was the role in Times Now as well.
Awesome, awesome. So, I think you have then transitioned into the PR side of things.
Yeah.
A little bit about that in terms of just like currently what kind of work that you actually specialize in at the moment.
So when I started my career in PR, I was focusedly working on BFSI clients. But right now, because now it's been more than 13 years that I have worked in PR side as well. So I have worked on various sectors. So now currently I'm working with an agency as a group account director, but uh, I worked on energy sector, I worked on insurance sector, I worked on real estate sector, I worked on multiple clients actually. So that gives you enough idea to be a part of business development process also for any agency, because the understanding of sectors are various, so you can definitely contribute in business development as well. And because I've done client servicing since so long and have a good media relations, so that gets helpful to existing brand, existing clients also, to achieve their PR goals. So that's how I operate currently.
That's right. Um, so Sheetal, to the layman, like, how do you see, with the advent of social media and digital channels and now communities being made, and even you've seen maybe the news how it is evolved, like
Yeah,
from 20 years back to now.
absolutely.
In terms of digital websites, these are all major revenue streams, and you get a lot of traction there. Um, how do you feel, like, what do you, are there like major, like, milestones that were there you want to talk about, or how this whole transition has kind of happened? Because evolution happens in every industry, and in media too it happens majorly, like
Yeah.
they have to be on the forefront of tech and what the people are reading, viewing, are interested in.
Right. So when I started journalism, we still used to cover lots of human related stories and lots of lighter stories. Now the news is more hardcore, and my observation is because all your lighter and human related things are covered by social media. People who
Hmm.
want to speak, or people who want to see, finally when we were covering these stories, we were trying to give voice to couple of people, or voice to section of society who is not heard. Now the section of society, or now an individual, do not have to wait to be heard through news channels.
Hmm.
So that thing is definitely changed. Also, the in fact, news channels and print media is also has to take a lot of help of digital media to reach more and more people, and to, it is more commercial.
Hmm.
When, I mean, long back, when I decided, also when I told you I was in grade 10, journalism used to be the fourth pillar of constitution. The role was
Hmm.
very big. Now it is more
Yeah.
commercial is what I've started feeling. The role is still bigger, they still influence, but then the young generation, now how many people sit and watch news channels? How many people
Mm.
sit and read newspapers? In fact, yeah, like just last week only I was talking to one of my client. He's a very young kid, startup and amazing trading platform or whatever he has launched. So he was asking me that only, oh, you still read newspapers? So a lot of things have changed. Now I
Mm.
as a gen Y still feel that that reading physical newspapers and print gives you the in-depth knowledge, and news channels do the analysis which can still gives you the enough knowledge. But those things have terribly changed because of the social media, digital media has emerged a lot. Of course there are lots of positive parts as well. The advantages are, you everything is in your hand, everything is very accessible to you. You can go through Google, understand, read, and access any kind of knowledge very immediately. But the focused analysis which we used to get and understand the seriousness of any topic is very vast now.
Mm.
Now you have too much of excess of everything. So the biggest
Mm.
challenge, frankly, for a PR professional with the entire access thing is that to make it a point that the correct message, the right narrative which you have decided with your brand should go to your TG, because your TG is accessing
Mm.
multiple things.
That's right.
That's how the whole.
Sheetal, so if we look at like from the journalism perspective, in terms of, do you think like investigative journalism, like we used to see 20 years ago, they used to work on the piece and then they used to present the whole thing, and that, do you think it's happening a lot because of the major changes now? It's more in the entertainment. I mean, in terms of news, like, do you think these things are being done or it's come down? Like, what as observers we see that.
So investigative journalism is still happening, and I know a couple
Hmm.
of investigative journalists very closely, and it is happening on a major level. It's just that lots of influence is there, right? The media itself
Hmm.
is not very free, is what I feel. I mean, this is
Hmm.
completely my opinion, but as somebody who has worked in the field or worked in the profession, and now still working in a profession which is very close to journalism, I really strongly feel that there is no freedom of couple of things. That if I have certain information, that information will have multiple filters, will have multiple processes that should go, should not go. I'm not saying earlier it was not there. Earlier also it was there.
Hmm.
It has happened with me, it has happened with our colleagues, that okay, we wanted to break some news, but we had certain pressures from top people, and we couldn't break that news. But at the same time, this was rare. It's
Hmm.
not that every news or every piece of information is carved in a way for benefit of certain people. Now you, if you sit and watch the channel, or if you sit and read the newspaper, you will feel that every piece is somewhere being crafted carefully, not to disturb any section, or
Hmm.
not to annoy, or not to make a certain set of people angry or go against you. That
Also, I think taking sides also, you can see clearly like who's on which actually like in terms of journalism, you have to be like you're talking about it, bringing it to light and bringing all the perspective, not your own, like the in front of screen, like you having major of your own opinions and kind of a narrative. So that is one thing we obviously, anyone who has
so
observed.
ideally you have to be unbiased is the most basic rule of the journalism. You cannot take sides.
Hmm.
That's where things are going. I will call it a correction period for journalism, where the idea is to not to take sides. I'm not supposed to say that this is wrong or that is wrong. I'm just supposed to state facts and let the people decide that what is right and what is wrong. So
Hmm.
influencers are different and journalists are different. Right now, it's all blur. We are in.
Nowadays,
Yeah,
everybody is becoming the influencer only now.
everybody is
Yeah,
influencer, right? As a journalist, when I'm
that's
sitting and I'm calling anyone, inviting anybody, interviewing that person is an influencer of that particular topic,
hmm.
of that particular sector. I can't be the influencer, right? I'm not supposed to give my opinion about anything. That is the thumb rule, but that thumb rule doesn't exist
Hmm.
anymore.
That's it. Lot of, I think, senior journalists also who had very good popularity. Then they have now made their own personal branding channels, and
How
they are running on the, like, you observe that quite now in just few years now, like
Yeah, yeah.
become pretty big now. Yeah.
Yeah, some people has to sustain also. A lot of times,
Mm.
it is also the matter of sustenance. People who are really sitting on the top, they are also running the show, and on various level, being consistent and sustaining in the field is also what comes in front of you. So then they also have to be very careful. People who were pretty vocal do not exist on news channels anymore. They have started their own platforms. They have started their own things. So are they journalists now? No, they are influencers.
Yeah.
They are influencing people with their own strong opinions about certain people. So how are they journalists anymore?
That's very good. Awesome. So we'll come to a topic of discussion. Yeah, I think it's
Definitely.
quite interesting because there's been a lot of news also about it mainstream.
Yeah.
Um, so firstly, Sheetal, you can just tell us the, what are the dangers, what is happening on the ground with respect to AI, and like how are then the popular people, the celebrities, they can protect themselves from it, right? We can like kind of go step by step, like just kind of paint the picture for the audience.
Yeah. So, when it comes to celebrities, of course, you must have seen a lot of news any which ways doing rounds that they have been to court and they are protecting their own rights, which is absolutely because see, their voice, their image, their face is their currency. That's what they invest, and that's how they build things for themselves. So, anybody using it for the commercial purpose, or worst, anybody using it to say something wrong against someone is very harmful. It's very dangerous for a celebrity. That thing comes for anybody. In fact, if tomorrow with the help of AI somebody do that to me, it will be shocking for me as
Mhm.
well. They are public figures. For them it's very difficult. So the best way what we do is that we start and of course social media you have to use extensively. Immediately the celebrity comes out and clears it. Just be true, just verify things. When something like this is happening, and when any AI fake any AI fake controversies are happening, the best thing for a celebrity, known figure, anybody in fact, is to come out and verify and just be true, be transparent. No, I have not said this. No, I have not done that. I completely make it a point. I want to confess in here that this is not what I have said, or I have even thought about. Now, another part is that okay, you have come out, nice, you have said. Some part of people will still be okay with it, but now that video which has gone viral about that celebrity, maybe I'm just using a hypothetical situation here. Once that happens again, there is certain amount of damage which you have to control on. Then we decide on doing some collaboration with influencers. Then we try to then some ask the celebrity to be a part of couple of interviews where again and again they can give the clarifications, and that kind of content can do the rounds and come out on surface, and the earlier content can get down, can keep going down on the search. And also the any which ways, the moment celebrity comes out and say that this is not me and this is fake, the related platforms delete the content. They don't keep the content on that place. But immediately, as I told you, things are very fast. One video has come of some celebrity, immediately 15 20 online portals have filed the story about it. How many things you will delete? So instead of negating or deleting the
Hmm.
negative things, it is necessary to keep building the positive things. That's what we do
Hmm.
as a PR professional, and as their PR partner. We just help them to keep building lots of positive narrative on the top of the negative narrative. There's a negative narrative keep getting down and down in the search, and then it is somewhere out of the internet as well. So that's how typically we handle the AI narrative. And the first thing is always come out, be transparent, just verify. That is the best way to deal with this situation.
That's right. So, Sheetal, when you look at legal bit of it, where there is a major damage, I mean, like the thing has gone viral, and they feel in that case where it's not them and they are being shown in a wrong kind of setting, or it would be, that is one case. Another case would be their likeness is being used, right? Like who
Yeah.
they feel to make money, right? Like their because now you can make an AI cloning also, and then where we see a lot of these fake ads also coming in, of certain celebrity, or their voice is being used as the, voiceover or something. In those cases, like how they should go about, now there are some legal things, like you can like take us through that.
Yeah, so as I said that celebrities like Abhishek Bachchan has also went to court, multiple of them. They went to court, they filed it, and the judiciary is definitely helping them throughout this processes. There is a proper law to protect your rights. There is definitely, and it is very necessary because when somebody is earning commercially out of their image, one, and misusing their voice, misusing their, now see, but there is a flip side also to it, Nikhil. A lot of people are there who are mimicry artists and who are doing shows and who are doing their voices and all that. When these cases were going around, one two influencers came up with that as well, that this is an art, this is a skill, right? We always appreciate an individual who is trying to mimic a very known celebrity, or mimicking their voice very accurately, they get appreciation. Then why somebody who is using AI and actually creating something like that is not getting appreciation? So there is a very clear differentiation in here, that when an individual, when a person is trying to mimic, there are a lot of approvals are already on the place, is what celebrities have also shared. And it's a talent which an individual has. And when it comes to AI, a lot of things are already built by AI. It's not that your skill
Mm.
is what you're using. And now this is going to be a classic debate. It's already a debate. In fact, a lot of people are that, no, even if I'm using AI, there is a specific prompt which I have to use. It's not that easy. But court has clearly said that human talent and machine talent, it's a different thing. And with the help of machine also, the talent where when you literally using something to create something with entirely your brain, your mind, is fine. But AI, a bot, a platform which somebody has already created, you are using it to build create someone's wrong videos or someone's wrong image and misusing it, that's not skill. There, this is
Mm.
not skill. This you are trying to, and if you have a skill, then build, create something of your own. No, the content which is useful for society, the content which will be, and if you're that good, go through the processes, take the approval from the celebrity, pay them whatever they are due for, crack a deal with them, and then do it. Because having a personal time with the celebrity to create a content will definitely have a different pricing, and taking their approvals and creating content and AI with their faces will be a different, that can be a different business altogether. But
Mm.
why to use someone's face and voice without their permission? That should not happen. So there is a clear law for that, and everybody's rights are definitely protected. And this practice is definite, and that's why everyone is taking this judiciary help, so that if anything like that is found, the person can get punished, that person can get fined, and it should stop. I mean, this is not the right thing. It also unnecessarily creates so much of chaos. There are
Mm.
fake videos for wars, there are fake videos for unrest in areas where we have to show things very sensitively. A lot of people, sometimes they're very young people, they do not understand the repercussion and they end up using this. Hence, still
Mm.
our government is very much clear, very much how to say, restricting everything when it comes to AI, when it comes to digital media. Also, there are specific laws which are still under construction. The designing is still happening, but they are very clear that no, everything has to be under government scrutiny, because anything AI is very useful. We will definitely talk about it, but it's like a weapon. A weapon is there in the
Mm.
hand of a soldier also, a weapon is there in the hand of terrorist also. So what are they using it for? It all depends on that.
That's right. Um, so in terms of the, when we look at that personality rights,
Mhm.
just to the audience, the clarity in terms of when brands are using it, like say they don't have the celebrity on board, and you would have, like one example would be where you're using like a duplicate kind of guy, or like mimicking, and then that person is there. Is that like something like that? Wouldn't that not be allowed? Like, say, if Amitabh Bachchan has these now registered the personality rights,
Yeah.
now somebody cannot mimic him in a, say, advertisement. Is that right to say that that is not allowed going forward?
So the matter of fact is that these all things are always being like when they're using it for any commercial purpose, for any brand
Yeah.
specifically, the permissions are being taken. They are
Hmm.
informed people. So we as a agency, we
So out and out, that was even not happening earlier, where
yeah,
you are mimicking the artist fully, and
yeah.
then you are using it in an advertisement. It was not there
For
earlier as
using
well.
it for brand is different, and any junior artist doing it, even if they are using it in a
In a show or something,
yeah,
that's a
different.
different thing.
But if you're using
Yeah.
it for brand, that means your brand is going to get benefit out of it. No, Nikhil, it is very different.
Yeah.
That brand is going to earn a lot of money out of it without informing the celebrity, without informing the public figure. You cannot do that. It was always a
Hmm.
rule. It is always a very clear rule that you can't do that, because this whole new thing came which had no law for it, which had no
Hmm.
clear rule for it. That's why this chaos happened. But this is always a rule that you cannot use anybody's name or anybody's voice even for promotion of any brand without their permission. You have to write them, you have to have their legal permission, they can sue you otherwise. Every country follows that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that I think is something like even the layman was not kind of aware of.
Yeah,
Only with the this all the news of AI, then it was like the likeness being used, and we are now more familiar with those
yeah.
words. Then we are kind of having a more idea of the thing.
The rights are
Um,
even songs, even anything, you have to take rights. Even if you sometimes you watch couple of YouTube videos, if any song and they have not took the rights of it, they have to mute it. The whole judiciary or
Now, so that's kind of automated in YouTube and all, in terms of you cannot use anyone's
you can't.
other songs and all, because then it's a very automated procedure. Like the money you would have earned from that video then
Yeah,
goes to that particular artist and all that.
absolutely.
So
Somebody has put in a lot of
that is
effort to make that song, a lot of money has gone to make that song. So yeah, it's like that.
that's right. Sheetal, when you look at the risks that are there out there, what are the major things, like, because like if you take with the AI cloning, like over the last 2 years, like even within that technology there have been so much development, where now in terms of maybe going ahead we'll not be able to recognize, like now still it's not that good, like in terms of the cloning. So going forward, like what kind of threats are there, and then how do you look at countering that as the brands or public figures?
So for brands and so for brands, lots of threats are there where and which was earlier also it was there, frankly, that when it comes to marketing and uh, your competition, this whole AI and the existence of AI, the existence of social media, lots of brands can have more of ugly competitions, is what I always feel, because it's very quick and easy to post things about each other's brand and creating. So see, I'll give you an example. So earlier, if two brands are in a fight, two very close brands which are in the fight, and there used to be hoarding wars. There used to be hoardings against each other, and again for some brand, and these one brand has put the hoarding, the other brand will put the hoarding. For real estate developers used to do that a lot. So for such kind of things, now you can do that, but that hoarding will have limited reach, the entire communication will have limited reach.
Yeah.
That reach started increasing when M&A media, which is marketing and advertising media, started filing stories about it. So more and more people started reading about it. Now we have reached to the place where I can create videos which can be, and I'm not taking the name of the brand, but in anything, but not taking the name of the brand, and everything else I'm talking about it,
Hmm.
which the TG will understand that what are you talking about. Now the law says that if you are taking the name, then only it's a problem. I'm not taking the name.
Hmm.
I can speak anything wrong about any specific thing. The TG will definitely start thinking in that direction. Maybe they are talking about that brand. Maybe they are talking about this bank. Maybe they are talking about this insurance product. Maybe they are talking about this company that, oh, they are not, their products are not good. So this kind of content is very easily generated now, and you can very immediately put it and make it viral with the help of good performance marketing, and this is very scary for brands, and the turnout time is very low for that. The whole turnout time is very less for that. Now and for public figures, what has happened because of AI is, okay, fine, I can't take your face, I can't take your name, I can't take your yeah, but I want immediate turnaround for my content. At the same time, as much public figures and faces definitely help brands to enhance, good content also definitely help brands to enhance. There are brands which do not go for celebrities at all. They don't think of going for celebrities because they think that my brand will get unnecessarily overshadowed because of the presence of celebrity. The perception has always been different from different celebrities. Even in your B2B businesses like tiles, so you have actors like Akshay Kumar, and he's branding Kajaria tiles and all. And there is a brand which even Ritik Roshan endorse and all. But then there are very high end. There is this brand. I'm forgetting the name of this brand. It's a very high end tile manufacturers. They are. I was talking to them and I asked them that why you are not going for a celebrity way. Like, we don't want the celebrity way, because celebrity will cover the beauty of my brand. Everybody will start focusing on celebrity. Now that thought process can get more stronger, because any which ways availability of the celebrity, their pricing, their tantrums, their lots of other things can be replaced. It's a very long term thing, but can be replaced with very good content, and I can still get my work done, which I will be getting done with the presence of celebrity. These are the two things
That's
which
right.
I clearly feel that are the risks for brands as well as the public
Hmm.
figures.
That's right. Yeah, like there's one example, like I think Hilton Hotels, they did a campaign with Deepika for the stay, and that I think they put a lot of paid media also into it, so it become like the most watched reel,
Yeah,
in terms of some billion views or something. So, but my thing was like when you look at the amount of paid media they spend, okay, Deepika Padukone will have that effect on, multiplying those views and all. But if you can, instead of that, the budget that you're paying the celebrity, if you use the paid media very intelligently, you can get that amount of traction, because maybe the celebrity connection and all that is now reducing with the audience, like the huge one. So because you're looking at that justification of ROI, right? Like as a marketer.
yeah,
So, do you think that now change, like when we have seen over the last few years where, influencer is there, a macro influencer would have a better effect, like in the beauty industry, than compared to say a movie star, right?
absolutely.
And you can see direct ROI also from the link on the page or the whatever they distribute in terms of that content and it coming to the site and sales. But that thing is not kind of replicating with the celebrity, like it's just like invisible kind of vanity matrix or something like that.
That's
So
exactly that. You,
what do
you
you
have
think?
a
Yeah.
very important point here, that uh, we have so many influencer management agencies which are always
Hmm.
ready with even micro as tier 3 cities influencers are also there, which are connected with that area's audiences much higher than what a celebrity can. So
Hmm.
it completely matters from subject to subject, brand to brand, product to product. But finally, to increase my sales, I have to reach the masses. And to increase my
Hmm.
sales, if and to reach the masses, if micro influencer is working for me, then why will I go to the celebrity or the celebrity face? So this has started happening, but matter of fact is earlier also. I'll tell you how. So first, people would always go for these national figures, right? Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan and all those things. Then they started realizing that if I want to connect with the audiences of North, then I have to go to this people like Manoj Tiwari. And they are also big figures, but I'm just trying to compare them with their
Hmm.
brand image in the country. Their brand image is still
Hmm.
more of a North.
You can say like a regional star in
The
that.
regional star. In South, they started tapping more of the celebrities from South. Now things have changed a lot. I'm talking about 5 6 years back. These things have already started
Yeah,
happening. That one brand
yeah.
will have Manappuram had done that. That they
Hmm.
did one content, one ad, but in every language with different celebrity. There is this very famous
Hmm.
actor called Jishu. He did the same ad for Manappuram in Bengali. Swapnil Joshi did the same ad in Marathi for Maharashtra. Then
Hmm.
another celebrity from Gujarat did it in Gujarati. So this has started happening since last 6 7 years because you have to go micro. Now these are still
Hmm.
celebrities. Now do you have influencers who are more micro? They are literally somebody. They feel that, oh, next door person, and if he's telling me, I
Hmm.
connect more with that person. So
Hmm.
the progression
I
will
think,
only
like
take.
Sheetal, don't you think like because of this fragmentation and granularity, basically now going forward even more, like because now in terms of scrutiny also there's more on marketing in terms of ROI and all, that now you go into the city, right? Like from the state, then the city, and then you have areas like you see this on Instagram only. Like you'll have a person, a Pune influencer or something covering those areas and is strong in that, and
Precisely.
can have like in the local language or whatever, like even a segment within a city when people are having communities within that, you do your there'll be some kind of a representative there who will be covering. So more effort from marketing would be required, and but that is then the reality you have to put in, because you have to justify the ROI and kind of get the right influence more than just a blanket reach and all.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. So Sheetal, when we look like in terms of like PR perspective, I want to get when you're working with influencers,
Hmm.
anything you would want to share, like in terms of the evolution which has happened, like let's say last few years in terms of working with them and professionalism, or their what kind of best practices you use, anything about that, like which can be an advice for the young professionals
So you mean to say how young PR professionals should work better with the
with the
influencers?
influencers? Yes, yes.
So, see, the best thing working with influencers is their areas of expertise is extremely defined. So I get to pick and choose the influencer which I want to target according to my brand's requirement. So there,
Hmm.
the thought is very clear. When you go and speak to these influencers, also their way of working is also very clear. You want me to post this
Hmm.
much, it will cost. You want me to record this much, we record a video, this much it will cost. You are giving script, I am writing script, different cost. You want me to go travel somewhere, different cost. So working with
Hmm.
influencers are like doing a very evolved way of advertising only, no, somewhere where
Yeah.
in paper or in news channels, when you give the advertisement, or on general news channels also, you build the ad, you do everything, and then you just give it to them and then they please. Here also you need to be very clear. At the same time, when you're going to the influencer, be extremely clear what you want from them, because you're using one of the most effective tool for your brand, and you're spending good amount of your brand. So please be very clear, and definitely try to get maximum ROI from them. You will have to crack a very good deal with them where your content is reaching, and your content is having multiple views, your content is definitely enhancing. If you feel that the influencer is in fact telling you that, I can tell you what content can work better in this area because I deal in this area much better, please listen to that. A lot of times brands have this problem that, no, I will decide what. But we need to understand this, that person is there in that market sitting. That person will understand this better, what content will work, what content will not work. Of course your say will be the final say. Of course your brand guidelines has to follow. All those things you have to take care of as the PR partner of that brand. but it is always good to listen to these influencers because they are finally working on the ground and understand that market better than you. But otherwise the results of are always good when you, and identify, it all starts with identify the right influencer for yourself. Now you cannot even if you're doing lifestyle, but if you're doing a product which is not with for which it's really not necessary that influencer is the one who is just roaming and going and just showing off the, like, if it's a serious product, then please go for the serious micro influencer or influencer. And if
Mm.
it's a product which is more of a funky, more of a lifestyle kind of a product, then go for that kind of just don't look for the followers. Just don't say that
Mm.
okay, this influencer has 1 million followers, let's go for it. No, that will not help your brand, because that influencer is not targeting your audiences on his
That's
channel
right.
or platform.
That's right. Yeah, that I think Sheetal, the evolution is kind of happened where we kind of get deeper into it. Like that's where I feel influencer management firms or freelancers or whatever, they are kind of important, because this is now a very complex process, and you have to maintain relations also with influencers
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. So it's like something which should be ideally outsourced. In terms of, let's say, Chital, with the aspect of influencers, like how do you feel like when they are working with brands, what should be their best practices? Because if they do a good job, then they will obviously get referrals for other brands, because we all, like the marketing professional, talk with others. This was a very good experience. So what do you feel they, when they are working with brands, they should be conscious about?
So, again, it totally depends on what kind of influencer you're working with, right? If it's a financial influencer, the financial influencer has to be very responsible that what are they talking. They are usually, they are. If they are not, you know what happens. They also get, because it's a very serious topic, they also get fired by regulators and others as well. So it completely depends on in which influencer you are working with. The basic thing which I would like to suggest to all the influencers is definitely that uh, the moment they start getting lots of momentum and as they are famous, I will say, or as they are more known and their followers are a lot,
Hmm.
uh, young people, they fail to then be humble. I know it's a very basic requirement, but it gets at times very difficult. Influencers are as difficult as celebrities, and then dealing with
Hmm.
them and getting their time and getting them agreed to the content, which is very, there are certain things which you have for your brand, or they have to follow for the brand guideline. So it is
Hmm.
very necessary that even take it as a profession, right? It's your profession that a brand will connect with you, and then you will collaborate with them, and then you will have a proper pricing there, and then you will follow whatever is required. That basic thing is there also. uh, it is very necessary that they keep evolving in their content as well. Sometimes something what is working for them, they it's a very typical thing which they get stuck into, and then they fail to experiment, and then this has also happened that they themselves get saturated, and then it feels that okay, I can't do anything more and I can't do beyond that. Then some people have stopped doing the content generation as well. I know such influencers as well very well, that they did good work for us, but then they have no idea to how to make it better. So the idea is still the same. Go back to basics, read
Hmm.
a lot, observe a lot, go to places. Influencer management or being an influencer is a very good profession, but we don't have to forget the basics for that. What basics a journalist has followed, what basics a writer has followed, anything, anybody who has been on
Hmm.
television or who has been writing and reaching to people or influencing them with their thoughts and opinions will always have to follow a lot of lifestyle things, which are, you are reading a lot, you're observing a lot, you're listening a lot. There is no depth. As an influencer, it's necessary to survive and to keep your content relevant, and you have to keep increasing your depth. The people who have done it, they are doing humongously good. They are
That's right.
they are interviewing a lot of big people, because then you have that confidence of talking to those people. You have confidence of talking about those brands. So this is very important, that after certain time
Yeah,
they should stop
that's right.
hiding themselves.
That's right. That's right, Sheetal. Like in terms of when we observe in the media, we some actors, and it should be a producer's actor, right? So the same way, I think influencer, when you're working with a brand, be conscious of the in terms of what is in it for the brand as well, what you are delivering in terms of value.
Yeah,
If you just go out of the way little bit, also, and try to make sure that that value is being generated. It could be like more effort in the acting of the skit, or the way you nowadays there are so many things, like you put your link here, you have to distribute it on time on this, and also if you pay attention to those things, then somewhere you build that goodwill among those brand managers or marketing people, and then that leads to more and more work. So at least you can temporarily be feeling like in terms of, say, your popularity is going down, but then these when these relations are built well,
yeah,
then it will, for a long term player, you are in that industry.
yes,
Awesome. So Shital, if we look at the content out there, so much of content, so overdose of content,
yeah,
which is there because we have these devices of us, mobiles, which are coming, and now I think going forward with these headsets and all, it will have these this meta Ray-Ban kind of glasses, where
yeah,
it's like the technology is with you every day. Content like is like in your face all the time. It becomes difficult to be remembered basically, or build that connection. So what would be your advice in terms of that with respect to people who are already popular out there, or there are brands out there? Like, how do you maintain that connection with that customer? Obviously it's a very difficult this thing
yeah.
to, but like, what do you feel of like a best practices in this age?
So, people who are already a big brand, or people who are already big names, they still follow two things to sustain, or that's why, because they have spent the time a lot in that space. They're still very true. They try to be as real as they can, and they still believe in the on ground and real activities. Though you have a lot of you have so many channels, you have digital channels, and you know that everybody they're still going to follow you online, and they're going to read about you, but big brands still go for on ground activations. The celebrities still go and meet people. The celebrities
Mm.
still get involved in places or events where they will get to have this one to one interactions, because as much tools, as many things you come up with, we are humans. This is what I'd learned in fact my sociology lessons, that human is an animal which will always need that interpersonal relation, which always needs that in front of me, touch, feel, experience. These things will never change. Technology is there to help us, to enhance things, not establish things. You cannot establish brands without actually having an on ground impact. The digital things will only enhance, amplify. But to establish, still you have to keep going back to your old tools. You have to keep going back to the on ground activities. Today, also, if any new celebrity is coming up, if that actor or actress is going to the temple, meeting the people, going to the native place, why they do all those things? They'd go to their native place, they meet the teacher, they meet the old friends. Why are they doing all those things? And then they're amplifying everything on online, right? Online also, why
Mhm.
people are liking it on social media? Why in fact, this is a real thing, that if a celebrity is posting something about themselves, their personal life, their personal visits to their towns, or with their family, or all those things which are the real things, gets more traction compared to when they're talking about brands, or when they're just doing something online. And no, that doesn't give them that gives them traction, but I'm talking about the comparison here. If you'll go back and see the numbers or figures of the views which they receive for their personal, when they share their personal moments, that gets, why they share that, why they do that, why people like it. Because the whole thought of that the person personally went to their native, or I took my mother to watch a film, I spent a day with my father. It's a very basic thing, but people like it. Why people like it? So the most important thing is that as much as we are getting surrounded by social media and AI and multiple other tools, we always have to remember they are there to amplify, they're there to assist. It's assist. AI is an assistant, AI is not everything. In fact, I have attended this one event where Javed Akhtar Saab has said this beautiful thing when somebody asked him that, AI is writing beautiful things. AI is doing poetries and writing ghazals. So he said that AI is amazing. I'm not against AI. AI is awesome, but AI is there to assist us. And AI cannot generate that content which you and me can generate, because AI doesn't have a broken heart. AI's son is not disrespecting him. AI's child is not loving them. AI cannot have AI cannot go on dates. The point he was trying to make is emotions, the emotional quotient with the help of which, when a brand and a celebrity connects with their target audience with the on ground activities, can never happen just through online helps you, digital helps you to amplify that. That's what I personally feel, and that's what we have been practicing. Even in case of any crisis, some crisis came up for one pharma brand that one of their drug is being used in some fake manufacturers are manufacturing them, and somebody died because of that fake medicine. Now they got collab they did we did collaboration for them with the with influencers, everything, but with at the same time we had to plan the stories in physical print regional newspapers. We had to design an activation, actually one event, one really micro event with doctors we designed in that specific area. We use the credibility of doctor, where doctor is sitting and talking about it in that target market where it was affected. We just didn't do only the influencer activity, right? Finally they had to go on ground, finally they had to go back to it. So that's how it is, that's how it will always be, I feel.
That's right. Sheetal, like since you, in terms of writing also, I mean, you still pursue it, right? That's what
Yeah,
I
I
think
do.
you also on. Okay, okay. So what, like at the moment, like what kind of things you are writing?
So I'm a lot in poetries actually. I have written short
Hmm.
stories and all also, but one of my poetry
That's
book I have published before a month or two. That is my first poetry book, and
that's it.
I do write songs, and yes, with the help of
Okay.
AI, I try to compose them also.
So regarding this is very specific. Now, when you look at the creative writing, why do you feel with AI it is very bad? Like what you generate in ChatGPT, Gemini, they aren't able to do a very good job. But compared to that, when you have technical writing, they are doing a pretty good job. Why do you feel? What is the reason?
I answered you, EQ. When you're doing creative writing,
Hmm.
you need to have that emotion. Now,
Hmm.
again, with the help of continuous prompt, you have to train the bot in your with your AI agent on any platform you are using AI, Perplexity or ChatGPT or Cloud or anything. Or you once you train it, then gradually it might start giving you some good content. But right now we need to understand that whatever content it gives, it scans the entire internet. For example, if you're
Hmm.
asking them that compare, give me a nice comparative slide about health insurance in India, it will scan every report. You have to tell him, and then scan this report, scan that
Hmm.
report. Otherwise it will just scan the websites and will give you the data.
Hmm.
That is very good when it comes to the corporate use, but when it comes to creative
Hmm.
writing, the AI is still developing. The AI's
Hmm.
EQ is not there. The AI doesn't feel anything. Creative writing always come out
Hmm.
of your emotions. So I'm not saying they
Yeah.
don't write. You tell ChatGPT will give you a poetry, but the poetry will be picked from multiple other poetries.
Hmm.
You'll just go scan. Okay,
That's the thing. It's not. There's no depth in it. You don't have that
how it will be?
connect with it. That's the thing.
How it will be?
Hmm.
It's very technical. No, everything is very technical. They will pick up words from different poetries. They will pick up. It's very smart.
Yeah.
I'm not denying. But at the same
Hmm.
time, the whole emotion which you as a human will put into it out of your own experiences, your happy emotion, it is always, it has no emotions. There is no EQ as such in there right now, at least. I know that the experts are trying to work on that. But again, it all it's all about the experiences which you cannot define. The experiences you have in your life, I have in my life. When we were growing, your experience is different, my experience is different. When you came into the college, when I changed the city, when I met new people, when I got married, when I got the child, so many things happens in one person's life, and they meet so
Hmm.
many different people. Now this is so difficult for an AI to even, as of now,
That's it.
achieve. Hence creative writing, again, just to enhance, help, maybe to come up with better words, maybe to come up with better, maybe to sharpen the thought, but not
Hmm.
originally it is. And hence it is very important, that's why it is given. In fact, the book when I published, they have also said that they do lots of plagiarism check, and they take good 45 days to uh, do it manually also, because you will understand actually if AI has done it.
That's it. Sheetal, like any then tips to creative writers? Like how do you get like your skill? How do you enhance your skill in that?
So for creative writing, again, goes back to the reading thing. Read a lot and experience a lot, observe a lot. Just go sit in the train maybe and look outside and look at the behavior of the people. Look at hear the conversations. Mumbai is the best place, in fact, for that. You get to hear so many stories. In fact, you're just sitting in train, get in a train in church, get in travel till Virar. You will get to know so many stories. You will get to see so many personalities. There is so much happening around you. So for a creative writer, it's very necessary that they are very deep. They are observing very deeply. The problem is that even when you are sitting in the train, you are inside the mobile. No, get out of it. Creative writers should
Hmm.
spend as less time as they can on screen. They should look outside or to the real world.
Like get more outwardly. That would be the like. Sometimes we are like just in our own thing also, and also there are a lot of people shy. Also, they don't want to interact and all. I think you have to. That's where you put yourself
Out.
out there. I think even like one person had said, a person to be more attractive, like look at outside. I mean, observe things about others and then compliment them, whatever. Those, it is about that being more self-aware. I mean, that is
Right. Exactly.
the way forward. Um, in terms of like, see, when we look at Sheetal, we were talking about the PR and all, and the use of AI. Like, it's mainly about image management. So, uh, if you could just briefly tell us, like, image management, PR agency generally, how do you design it for a particular brand or a celebrity?
Yes, definitely. Uh, so when we have to manage the whole image for a celebrity or the PR, it again is very different. If some brand which is already established, then you have to work on the whole protection of that image. Reputation management takes a front seat in there. And when somebody is just upcoming, for example, if it's a startup, then you have to build the image. So if there is some startup company who is coming up with the insurance insurance product, if they are, for example, coming in health insurance, so then at that time we always suggest them that what you have to build on. Now we identify that what is the need gap their product will be fulfilling. Any insurance policy, especially health insurance policies, biggest challenge is when you claim the insurance, when you claim the insurance when you're in actually a very difficult time, the person is hospitalized or taking the surgery or something like that. It's definitely not a very best phase of your life, and that's why you are availing the health insurance. When they're claiming it, the claims should come fast. So we try to come out with such small things. What are the need gaps you will be fulfilling, and on that we try to build the narrative, and that's how we try to build the image. Like Echo has done that. Echo has intentionally built that entire thing when it comes to claiming the insurance, that it is so quick. Their action is so quick. The reaction to any ask or to any help is so quick. So that is something on which you should build on. This is just an example which I'm trying to sort, that when you're building the image, it is very necessary that the narrative has to definitely correlate with the need gap that product or that service is going to fulfill. That's how then you can create the with the help of narrative. And once the narrative is locked, then we start using different PR tools. We try to get them on the right platform, we try to get them to speak to right journalists, we try to get them um, to use the same narrative in their branding exercises also. Their brand stories, their brand guidelines also try to speak something similar. And that's how the thought leadership uh, plays a very big role. The spokesperson, when going and being a part of any panel discussions, should stick to this narrative, which can again and again, have that impact, and can again and again have that repetition of the thought process, so that the image gets built, sorry, the image gets built in the uh, thoughts or in the minds of your TG, that okay, this brand, this insurance company gives me the claim immediately when I ask for it. That's how we work on it.
It's been an amazing discussion here with Sheetal. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time and giving it to the MI
Thank you
podcast.
so much for inviting me on your podcast. It has been great. Actually, it was a great time, and we had great conversation. I feel very interesting topic.
Yes, yes. So just to conclude, Sheetal, like when we look at image management and PR, we generally look at big brand celebrities, but when we are living in a digital age, everyone is kind of some kind of influence. People can know about you. You are some kind of a journalist also. You've seen normal citizens also raising issues and all. But in terms of, let's say, your own social media, right, as an individual, like uh, where you, if somebody, say, your corporate professional LinkedIn, people are googling you, then some things can come out, or on Instagram, social media. What should you be conscious in terms of your own kind of an image management? Because it could be that there is some negative image
Yeah,
of in certain things about you, and then it's affecting your life or something.
right.
So as a journalist or like in the PR field, you are aware of all these things. So like, what do you feel should be kind of a best practices for ourselves?
So the best thing is be yourself. Don't try to unnecessary portray somebody. Yeah, like on social media. Don't try to keep posting things which you are not, because finally, when people will
Hmm.
meet
And I think that's the thing that's being done the
a
most.
lot,
People,
a lot.
it's like what they are not. They're just trying to
Yeah,
portray the thing, and they'll be even like photos everywhere. They want to go to a restaurant. They'll
yeah,
cover everything that everyone will show that I'm a hero
yeah.
or a heroine or
So
whatever.
basically,
That
what
kind of thing.
happened? A lot of people, their feed or their their account looks like a party, or their account looks like a
Yeah.
travel log, or they are continuously doing
Hmm.
some other thing. It is not necessary to announce that I'm going for a cup of coffee to the world. uh, we need to understand that these kind of behaviors are getting observed. People are judging you a lot. People are there to judge you. Everybody judges each other. Why are you
Hmm.
opening so many windows for them to judge you on
Hmm.
your every action?
Yeah.
Social media.
And also, Sheetal, I think private accounts, people, there's a misconception that in Instagram, no one can see if it's just a private and those people. Now, you could connect with other people, and there is a way where these things go out, even though you would have a
Exactly,
private account.
exactly. So just be true. Nobody's life can be party, no, Nikhil. Nobody's life can be just a journey.
Yeah.
Everybody is having some or the other ups and downs in the life. You posting okay happy birthday, or you posting some beautiful moment or something like that, uh, occasionally it's fine. And I frankly, though I am so deeply involved in this field, but if you'll go on my social media, I hardly post anything, because I believe in living in that moment. What people are doing is they're so busy clicking pictures and taking videos that you fail to live in that moment. And then because you're not living in that moment, you're becoming fake day by day. You are only being a part of anything in your life just to on the name of memories, or on the name of capturing memories, you are taking the pictures and putting them on the social media, taking the videos, putting them on social media. You're not true to yourself. You're not living in the moment, you're not enjoying the moment, and you're just clicking the pictures. You're going on holiday instead of a beautiful scene. We all live in city. You're going in a beautiful location. You're like Bali, or maybe you are in Dehradun, or you're in any part of Himachal Pradesh. Sit and just look at things, detox yourself. But we are so busy ruining with our flashes the beauty of that place also, and then we are just taking so many pictures and then we are posting. I'm not against it, I'm just trying to tell you that we need to understand that how are we getting perceived. Because typically what happens, it
Yeah.
has happened with one of my friend, that I met her after a long time and she was very low, she was very depressed, and her Instagram is full of, I did this, I did that, I went to this place, I went to that place. And I was very disconnected, that what happened. I thought that everything is so superb, right? What happened? So we,
Hmm.
if somebody is so conscious about their image, and they are, that's why they're putting so many things, right? They're uploading so many things. If you're so conscious about these things, then just be true. Just
That's
keep it to that. I mean, just be happy. I mean, everything is for happiness.
That's right. Well, I think like where my opinion also would be like where on these channels you should look at it that you are expressing than trying to impress. So
Yes.
and express also in the terms of like looking at adding value. When like say you Sheetal, you post a poem or something, you are looking at person connecting with it, relatability. He's also getting in a better mood or something. So if you focus on those things and all the major influencers, when we look at the positive, I mean,
I
with all kinds of influencers are there, but they have that in terms of adding, whether it is entertainment also, that giving that value. When you are giving only, then you will get in return something,
absolutely.
And in these mediums, you have to give 100 times and then you get 1%. So you have to understand the reality of social media and that kind of
You
thing.
really said a very interesting thing, that don't just express, don't impress. That's a very good line.
Yeah.
That's what in one line I think I wanted to say, that just be yourself. Yeah, why to? How you're saying, you're sharing some good experience of the place where you have visited, and that can add value for the person who is planning to visit. That's a different thing. But
Hmm.
that is
Yeah,
mostly not the case, frankly.
that's right. Awesome. So, Sheetal, like just like to before wrapping up your poetry, anything you share? I mean, you've written and published that little bit to the audience. You can tell us.
So the book which I have published is the name of the book is ख्वाबों की हकीकत, and the book is collection of 21 poetries, and they are basically connected to uh, all the poetries are about the reality of uh, the reality of various parts of life. It can be about the politics, it can be about being a soldier, it can be about that. I keep writing, though. I keep writing a lot of poetries. I keep writing songs also. Um, so,
So where can we access them?
my book Khwabon Ki Hakikat is available on Amazon. People can definitely buy it from
Okay.
there. And both my songs, I have released two songs by now. Both my songs are
Okay.
available on my YouTube channel on Sheetal Zedre. So as of now, I'm releasing it there only, and gradually working on that. That is
Okay.
a bit of a new thing which I've started doing. I love music actually, so I just thought of putting my words in the music also, and it sounds great. It really sounds great.
That's right. Awesome, Sheetal. So I'll wish you all the best for
Thank you,
that. And as I said, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you so much, Nikhil.
Great. Awesome. And to the audience, if you want to be part of the MI podcast, please DM me on LinkedIn and we can take it forward from there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam. Until the next time, see you all. Take care.
Thank you.